Hi, thanks for taking the time to click on this video, and hopefully you'll make it to the end. I'll try to keep it short. This video is talking about the shaggy goat with the horns and the 8 kings that are mentioned in Revelation and Daniel, and also the dragon, the red dragon, and how that relates to some of the other prophecies. And my initial thought is that the little horn was the 8th king, but I think after reading a little more of this, that the little horn may in fact be the 7th king and the devil. So I want to read this real quick, and then I'll show why I am pondering this. So this is Daniel 8, and I'm just going to read a portion of this. The male goat then became extremely strong, but when it was strong, the big horn was broken. Here's the prominent horn when it's broken. And in its place arose what appeared to be 4 horns in the direction of the 4 winds of heaven. Out of one of them came a little horn, which grew extremely big in the directions of the south and the east, and the direction of the glory, which could be either towards heaven, or some translations say the beautiful land, which would be what people call Israel. It grew so great that it magnified, or that it reached the armies of heaven. It hurled some of the armies and the stars to the ground and trampled them. Yes, even considered itself as great as the prince of the army. The regular burnt offering was taken away from him, and the place of his sanctuary was thrown down. Through sin, the army was put in its power along with the regular burnt offering. It flung truth on the ground as it acted and prospered. So when we track the goat and the 8th king and the dragon, we see that the prominent horn is broken into 4 horns, and the 6th king stumbles and falls. Out of that comes the little horn, and the 7th king rises for a little while. And here's where we see that the little horn, it talked about how it magnified itself to the host of heaven. And here the dragon is thrown out of heaven, and the little horn cast down host of heaven. And here's the dragon tail sweeps a third of the stars. And this is where the dragon gives his seat and authority over to the 8th king, the beast, the son of perdition, the 8th king. And he facilitates the daily sacrifice being taken away. He's the one that takes it away. Okay, but we go up here to, these are the trumpets, the seals, and letters. And we see over in the letters that in the 2 slot, this is where the synagogue of the adversary. But over here, we see the star wormwood is thrown, or thrown into the river, which this is basically Lucifer or the devil. And then it says in Pergamos, the adversaries, where the adversary's throne is, which that all lines up with now the seventh king is the devil. And the dragon's been thrown out of heaven, so now he's has authority on earth. And then we see where the dragon, the tail, takes a third of the stars out of heaven. Tail sweeps a third of the stars. We see that a third of the stars is cast down to earth. A third of the moon turns dark, and a third of the sun turns dark. But we see that even in the letters that this is, so it seems like things are kind of lining up that the seventh king is actually the devil being cast onto earth. And then the eighth king is the son of perdition, which the star that had fallen is given the key to unlock the bottomless pit. This is where the dragon opens the gate to with the key to the bottomless pit, lets out the son of perdition. It's where, when we're tracking the dragon, it's where he gives the beast his seat and throne, so that the beast can rule for 42 months. And he takes away the daily sacrifice and creates, war with the saints, the martyrs of Sardis, the multitude that is undergoing the persecution during the first woe. But yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe the little horn is actually the devil. And then when he releases the son of perdition from the bottomless pit, that's the eighth king. Let me know what you think. And if you have any information on this, I'm open to hear it. Thanks for watching.